Hey guys, it's Danny the Medic. Welcome to the channel. Today we're over here at the Palace Station, Brass Fork, for the nighttime special, and I'm with Steve. Yeah, he's feeling a little under the weather with some laryngitis, so he won't be talking too much today. He's having some lemon and honey water, and of course the steak and eggs we're gonna order in a bit. All right, viewer truck has arrived. Haha. Okay, so what do you feel like having today?
Oh, it's got to be a graveyard special. I only eat on sales.
Yes. Good. So they got the steak and eggs. They got the 2-egg breakfast. They got something with like biscuits and gravy. They got these here pancakes.
Oh, I know what I want. I want the 2-egg special, and then do they have the $5.99 burger 24/7?
Yes, they do.
Can I get that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put the fried egg on the burger, like make it like the Gordon Ramsay breakfast burger.
Interesting concept. We're gonna see how that looks. All right. Just waiting for the waitress. Want some pancakes while you wait?
That's another reason why I didn't like the pancakes. If I eat just one little square of pancake, I'm so full. I feel bloated.
Then no pancakes for you.
Ready?
Yeah, could I get the 2-egg special over easy?
Bacon or sausage?
Bacon.
And then toast, sweet, white, sourdough?
Sourdough, dry.
Anything else?
And then can I get the $5.99 burger special?
Yep. That's it.
Can I get the all of the veggies on the side on the burger?
The burger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And may I have one more of these steak and eggs?
Yeah.
I'll take a medium rare. Eggs fried hard. Dry sourdough.
Anything else?
A ramekin of mayonnaise for the French fries. I'm gonna try that.
Sounds good. Anything else?
That's it. Thank you. All right.
Every Windows PC I've ever had since 2004, it only lasts 12 months and then it dies.
What?
Because I always buy the cheapest Windows computer at like CompUSA or Circuit City.
Oh. And it dies.
It dies in like 12 months, 18 months, no matter what. They all overheat.
Really?
The fan starts running constantly, and you get the blue screen of death. And
Oh
then,
my goodness.
And then you have to reformat it, redo the software. So then, in 2012, that's when Google introduced the Chromebook, all solid state, no moving parts, no fan. Low power processor, so it's not running very hot like a normal computer. Remember in the 90s when you put the laptop on your lap and it would get so hot? Yeah.
Yes.
Chromebooks you can put on your lap, and they just don't make much heat because it's a low power device.
Interesting.
But you can't download any software, you can't download any editing software to edit videos or anything like that.
I used to have a Chromebook a long time ago.
Probably when you were in school.
I don't remember exactly when, but I had it.
School used it a lot.
It was very limiting. I also had,
It's cheap.
yeah, it's very cheap. That's why I had it. It was like a super sale, and but yeah, it was very limiting. And then I was like, I have a whole bunch of stuff. Like people was like, why don't you like Android? It's because I why don't you try it? I said, look, I tried it. I currently have an Android tablet, and in the past I've had Android phones. I just didn't like it. I had Palm devices. Remember back then?
Palm Pilot.
Yeah, but then I had the Sony Clie or something that's like Palm based, and then I like flipping it and taking a little stylus, using it's like writing on a book. I remember that. That was back then. Yeah, very nice.
Do you remember when we got solar powered calculators and everybody used to carry one in their shirt pocket?
Well, I never carried it in the shirt pocket, but I had one.
A Casio calculator watch.
Oh, I had that too. Yeah.
yeah.
With the somehow I had the one where you can dial telephone numbers.
I didn't have that
But you
one.
hold it up against the thing and it emits the tones. It's like, why did I need that?
Oh, I thought you were talking about rotary.
No. Nah. All right, so you mentioned that we have a conversation starter.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
Oh yeah. First, I want to say thank you very much to the viewers who left more than nice comments about me, saying that I was knowledgeable and that I was a nice guest to have on the show. Your comments were so nice. Thank you very much. I was expecting a lot of hate comments, and there weren't any, so that was very nice. And my favorite 2 comments of that whole video is one guy said I look like George Foreman, and one guy said I look like Oddjob from James Bond.
because of the hat.
Yeah,
guess, yeah.
yeah. So, it seemed like everybody liked the car conversation. So I went to my channel and I looked at all of my videos, and I picked one out that would be helpful to everyone who drives a car, and specifically to Danny. So here's my tip. My tip is to prevent foul odors in your car. Now, I'm sure there's been a time where you got in someone's car and it smells a little off. And I'm not talking about BO, I'm not talking about cologne, I'm not talking about feet. What I'm talking about is like just a moldy, musty moisture smell where something just doesn't smell fresh. Almost like a closet that's never been opened for many years. You go in there and it doesn't smell fresh. So the smell that you're smelling is leftover residual moisture from when you got in your car with wet feet when it rained, when you took leftovers, food, takeout in your car, and when there's steam coming off the food, that steam is molecules of the food, and those molecules will embed in the headliner and the seat upholstery and everything. So what you're smelling is foul odors of moisture when it was moisture and it's dried and now it's in your car. So my tip to avoid these foul smells is to always run your air conditioning and never use the recirculated air function. Let me say that again. Always use your air conditioning and never use the recirculated. Now, let me explain that. Now, this goes back to the 70s. And I'm glad Steve is here, but he's not going to be able to comment on it because of his voice. Okay, do you remember in the 70s when we had a gas crisis and it was Danny doesn't remember. It was so bad that you could only get gas on odd days if the last digit of your license plate was odd, and you could only get gas on even days if the last digit of your license plate was even. And you would get it in a really long line that would go around the block 2 times. You would wait 8 hours in line to buy gas. And then finally, if you got to buy gas, if you were lucky enough and they didn't say, oh, we're out of gas. If they let you get gas, they would say, you can only have 10 gallons. And in 1972, the average gas mileage of the average American car was only 12 miles per gallon. So if you got 10 gallons, that means you can only go 120 miles for the week or until the next time you can get gas. And if you have to drive to work, you're basically SOL. So this was a huge crisis in the United States in the 70s. It happened twice, 72 and 79. So the federal government said, we need to do something. We need to write some laws. We need to write some laws for the automotive industry that say the cars need to get better gas mileage so that if this crisis ever happens again, the cars won't be getting 12 miles per gallon. And right now, the current CAFE standard for 2025, corporate average fuel economy, it's around 45. So we've gone from 12 to 45 since 1972 to 2025. So we've made some improvement. And when the government wrote these laws, they said, oh, by the way, not only do you need to improve the gas mileage, you need to reduce the emissions. So that's when we got things like the catalytic converter, not Cadillac converter, catalytic converter, as in oxidizing catalyst, as in making one thing out of two things, oxygen and I forget the chemical makeup. So that's when we started getting pollution control devices like catalytic converters and smog pumps. But it wasn't really a smog pump, it's just an air pump. But people called it a smog pump because it came in during the smog area that we need to fix the smog. And all it did is it pumped air into the exhaust so that the leftover raw fuel that came out of the engine would take that extra air and then it would burn it in the catalytic converter so that we would have less emissions. And then we started getting things like exhaust gas recirculations, and then in the 80s, that's when air conditioning became very popular. It almost became standard accessory. Everybody wanted air conditioning. So think back to the 70s and the 80s when you've got father, mother, you've got 3 kids in the back of the station wagon, Rex. He's towing the U-Haul truck, and father is driving down the road, and mother says, oh, it's a little warm in here. Why don't I turn on the air conditioning? And father says, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Are you out of your mind? Can't you see I've got that hill to climb? I need all the power I can get. Because in the 80s, when they put all of these emission control devices and the catalytic converter, the exhaust is now plugged. It reduced the already low engine horsepower even lower. So when mother turned on the air conditioner, it took away 10, 15, 20 horsepower away from the engine. And so if father is trying to climb the hill to get over the hill, he'll be pedal to the metal and he won't be able to make it because the engine is so underpowered. And poor mother, she doesn't understand what's going on. She's like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that. And so the kids are in the back there like, what's going on? Why is dad blowing his top at mom for turning on the air conditioning? So the children of the 70s and the 80s, they have it in their mind, oh, we need to use the air conditioning sparingly. Why? I don't know. Because father got mad at mother, but we just need to treat that air conditioning sparingly, only if it's really, really hot. Okay, well, in 1981, that is when we got the very first computer electronic controls. It's basically like a computer to run the carburetor to make the mixture more precise and have better horsepower, lower emissions and whatnot. So in 1981, we got the very first onboard diagnostic system, and it helped the automotive repair industry because if something happened, there would be a little light that would come on in the dash. It would be like a picture of an engine or it'll whatever. And then so when the car would break, the customer would take the car into the shop, the mechanic would plug in the device and he would have some sort of idea of where to look to fix the problem. So it would shorten the diagnostic time. Now, in 1981 is when they got smart. So just after that, then they started putting more computer engine controls. So now they put a sensor on the air conditioner so that when father goes wide open throttle to climb the hill, the air conditioner disengages to give more power to the engine and more available power so he can climb it. And by that time, we got more efficient technologies, more efficient compressors, more efficient air conditioning compressors, so it used less gas and less power. That's another reason why father didn't like using the air conditioner, because it used more gas. But by the time we got to the early 90s in 1996, the cars got really, really sophisticated. There's still only one computer in there, but the computer is really, really smart. So it knows when to run the air conditioning. If it's too cold, it will automatically turn it off for you, even though you've got the button pressed. And when you go wide open throttle, it will know to shut it off. So in 1996, That's when we got OBD2, onboard diagnostic systems 2. And this was revolutionary. This was revolutionary because in 81, when we had OBD1, all of the little error codes, they were different for every manufacturer, and every manufacturer had a specialized tool. So if you worked at a dealership, you never had a problem. But most of the repair facilities in America, they're all independent, they're all mom and pop, and they don't have the money to buy these special tools to pull the codes. They can be thousands of dollars. And if you want to work on a Ford, Chevy, Dodge, Toyota, Honda, Mazda, Toyota, that means you've got to have a $2,000 tool for every car, and then all of the codes are different. All of code 44 can be different on a Honda than a code 44 on a Toyota. Excuse me. So in 1996, they came out with OBD2, and it's a standard that standardizes the tool. So the same tool works on all manufacturers of cars, and the codes are all the same for all cars. So now the mom and pop shop, they only have to buy one tool to work on all the cars. Now, in 1996, the tool was, the basic tool cost $5,000, but the tool at the dealership would cost $15,000 to $20,000 to do the diagnostic work. And everybody thinks that once you get the code will say code P0420, oxygen sensor. Oh, replace the oxygen sensor. No. That's not how it works. It just means that's the affected subsystem where you have to start your diagnostic to check the O2 sensor, check the wires, check if it's working, whatever. It's much more complicated than that. But it reduced the diagnostic time and it made it easier to fix the cars. So fast forward to around 2015, the tools that cost $5,000 to pull the codes and get the codes for any car, now they're only $15. Now they're only $15. This tool, I skipped one part. The OBD1, the connector to connect the connector to do the computer, it was different for every car. But in 1996, they standardized the connector, so the connector's all the same. So it made it so much easier for the repair facilities and the DIY homeowner to fix their own car. So I got this for Danny because right now his car is brand new under warranty, but in
Chicken egg?
I'll take that. Thank you.
Burger? Veggie
Yeah,
on the side.
Is that hot too?
I'm not gonna touch it.
Some certain ways. No, that one's not too hot.
No.
This one's hot.
Yeah, right here.
This one's very hot.
Thank you.
And they're not burger condiments.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Enjoy.
Oh my goodness.
that.
Oh my goodness.
So, right now, Danny, your car is brand new and trouble-free, but maybe in a few years, you might see that little magical check engine light come on, and what are you gonna do? It's under warranty. Take it to the dealer, they'll fix it for free. But how much time does that take? You're gonna have to take a day off from your job. You have to take a day off from work. You got to make an appointment. You got to go in. You got to sit there and drink the free coffee. It's going to take a day or maybe two just to get the car in there to find out what's wrong with it. With this, you plug this into the car. It has a smartphone app. You pull out your iPhone. It'll give you all the diagnostic information right on your phone, and you know what's wrong with your car before you take it into the dealership. And it's so easy to use. If you can use an iPhone, you can use this. Now what are you supposed to do with all this diagnostic information? You don't know how to work on cars. You don't know how to diagnose. You don't know about pollution controls or emission controls or modules. Well, this, even if you don't work on cars, I still recommend everyone have this because it will give you, it will keep your mechanic honest. It will let you know what's wrong with the car before you take it in, and when when he checks it out, he says, "Oh, you need this, this, and this." You're like, "Oh, really?" When I scanned it, I only saw this. Why are you talking about all these other options? It only has. You're not talking about the problem I wanted. So it's a way to keep your mechanic honest, even if it's under warranty, because it's just a time saver, and it just gives you more information to be an informed consumer about your car. So this was a very long introduction to why you should always run your air conditioner and never use your recirculation. Now the reason why that is how air conditioning works in a car is different from air conditioning works in a house. In a house, you do want to conserve energy because every time that thing's running, it's using electricity and power. But in a car, the compressor is so efficient and it knows when to shut off and knows when to come on. And because we have modern technology and better compressors, it only uses a fraction, it only uses pennies of your gas mileage. But what you get in return is it removes all of the moisture from the air in the car, and the moisture is what makes the bad smell. So if you can always keep the moisture out of your car, it will never smell. And the reason why you never want to use the recirculated air, because when you turn on recirculated air, it closes the mode flap door at your windshield. It doesn't let any fresh air in, it closes it. Now, if you read your manual, the manual will say on a really hot day, turn on the recirculation and it will cool the car quicker. That is true, but it's sealing all of the moisture in and it's sealing all of the bad smells in. When you're driving down the road, you want as much fresh air coming into the car as possible to help exhaust all of the body odor and the cologne and any other smells or any other moisture, residual moisture that might have been in the car. And if you're really smart, if you're driving by yourself, you'll want to crack the passenger side window and the rear passenger window this much, and it will create a vortex and it will suck all of the exhaust out of your passenger compartment, and it will bring a new fresh air through the front grille or the window opening where your fresh air comes in. And it will always keep your car smelling like nothing. My favorite smell in the whole wide world is nothing, fresh air. Like people like scented candles or perfume or cologne. My favorite smell is nothing. I like the smell of fresh air. So my car, I drive a 2004 Ford Crown Victoria. It's got 170,000 miles on it. When I go drive people, I get in the car and I go, "Do you smell that?" And they're like, "Smell what?" Exactly. My old car smells like nothing. It smells completely fresh because I always run the air conditioning and I never use the recirculated air. Sorry, I'm talking so much.
So, let's take a closer look at the food.
Oh wow, I like this bun. I can already tell this bun is something special. It's very soft. Do you pull a muscle at the gym?
No, I woke up last week with a stiff neck, and then like turning it a certain amount. I think this side is fixed. This side is pretty much fixed, pretty much. This side still's like I just give it some time, save the money. So is this for me?
Yeah, it's for you.
Thank you so much.
And
Wow, guys, that is so nice.
I put all of the instructions right there on the thing.
Oh, terrific.
I'll show you how to use that too. It's very easy.
Interesting. Interesting. Okay. I wonder if the steak's actually medium rare. Ayah!
Mad?
I don't know. This is just too well done. Was yours well done, Steve?
No.
Damn it. I just put it on a small plate. Here's your condiments. Ask them to change out just the steak.
So my 2-egg special was sacrificial just to make the breakfast burger.
Oh. That's right, guys. I'm gonna change this out. No, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Oh, this is a tread depth gauge to measure your tires. What I was talking about in the first video.
Oh, yeah. It measures depth. Oh, yeah. Interesting.
You could also use it to measure the thickness of the steak.
Oh. Better than sticking a penny in there, right?
Yeah, don't measure your tire with a penny or a coin. That is so nonsensical. You have to measure it in millimeters. You need to be exact, precise. When you're giving a patient a syringe full of drugs, you go by cc. It has to be precise. You don't just eyeball it, right?
Yeah. You can't eyeball it. Although you can.
Oh,
Yeah, because you don't carry a scale around with you.
oh yeah.
You know, so you can't be like, he looks like maybe 180 kilos. Maybe, or something. I don't know. 180 kilos.
Okay, so this is how it works. So you do this, put it on a flat surface, and then you hit 0. And now, whatever you stick this on, put it on. I'll measure this French fry, the thickness of this
Okay.
French fry. The French fry is 7.6 millimeters thick.
Wow. Never mind the tire. I'm going to use this for food in future videos. Thank you, Chuck.
Yeah,
We're going to find out how thick the steak is today. We're going to find out how thick the steak is. All right. So,
does it say 0?
0. Yep, okay. The steak is 12.26 millimeters. Oh, all right, but then I gotta wipe the grease off of it.
Yeah, keep that with your 6-inch ruler.
That's so funny. So I would like to speak to the manager. What's the matter? The steak's not thick enough. I have a gauge. They're like, were you planning to make trouble? I said, no. I just happen to have the gauge.
I even put your name on it.
Yo, you did? Thank you.
The other side. It's supposed to remind you to measure your rotate your
Every
tires.
6 months. Oh my God. I gotta buy tires from Costco because I hear they rotate.
Only buy in sets of 4. Only buy in sets of 4, remember?
Even if it's not all-wheel drive?
Even well, I strongly recommend you only buy a set of 4 tires at a time, and then do your rotations so you have equal traction on each corner. Because right now you haven't been following your rotation schedule, so 2 tires are going to be.
I have.
Oh, you have?
Well, last time I got the oil change, I said, do you guys rotate tires for free? They said, yes. Right? And then the car came back, okay, we're done. I'm looking at it. It looks the same to me, right? I said, so do you guys remember to rotate the tires? And the service advisor says, I'll double check. He went to the back, he came back out, yes. I'm like, okay, I believe you. What else can I do but just believe them?
I have another tip for that too.
Oh, like put a marking or a scotch tape or something? Yeah.
You have a label maker like that?
No. I could buy one
Yeah, they're like $20.
and just like,
Left, rear, front, left, front, right. You put the sticker, you put the label on the wheel, and then you give it to them. And when they give it back to you,
they change all the stickers.
No, the wheels should be in the correct location. And I read your owner's manual, and your car is a rearward cross. So the front tires cross to the rear, and the rears go to the front. If you go ask any technician that works there, they'll most likely say front to back, back to front. They don't know how to do this because they've never read the owner's manual themselves. Yeah, I brought you something else for that.
What? Oh my goodness, Chuck! You really didn't have to.
This,
Oh,
this, like you do the 99-cent membership to support the channel and super chat and whatever. This is my 99-cent membership super chat because your videos bring me so much entertainment and joy. Like I save up your videos and I watch them when I eat dinner. So when you're eating, I'm eating.
Oh, a lot of people do that.
Yeah.
And then they try to make me feel guilty by saying like, "Oh, I'm having like a can of sardines right now, watching you eat the buffet." I'm like, "Don't tell me that. Why are you telling me that?" You know?
He said day old Domino's pizza.
They owe Domino's pizza. Oh no.
That's what he was eating while you were at the buffet.
Oh, a lot of people say that stuff. I just don't know what to say about that. I'm just like, well, thank you. Yeah.
Burger, 10 out of 10.
Really? Did you put the eggs and potatoes on
I
it?
put the over easy egg, hash brown, bacon, and onions. All from the 2-egg special. The best reason to have a dash cam is to prove your innocence.
Is that really the best reason?
Kinda, because you just show the video, a picture's worth 1,000 words, the other person can't argue.
So-
It is what it is.
So is the footage like considered like good evidence?
The
The videos? Is
The
it-
evidence is admissible in most courts, and most judges will just look at that and take it at face value, unless unless the opposing lawyer is Better Call Saul, and he's going to say, "Oh, Your Honor, I'm going to nitpick about the GPS coordinates, or the GPS speed is not calibrated because." You know, when you go to fight a speeding ticket with a police officer, the lawyer says, well, when was the last time your radar gun was calibrated? If it hasn't been calibrated, how do we know it's accurate? How do we know your tools are correct for incriminating my client? You know, he's going to poke holes in all of the officer's stories. Well, lawyers, a good, bad lawyer is going to do the same thing with dash cam footage. He's going to argue every single little piece about that. But of course, judges know common sense. You just got to watch the video and interpret it and take it as it is. And 99 times out of 100, it's going to prove your innocence. And so in this case, instead of going all the back and forth with the insurance companies, you would not have to say anything. You just send them the 1-minute clip, her ramming into you, end of story.
So the judge is not going to be like, "Hey, a second, you made that video of AI." You know, it's like you make your own video.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
take dash cam footage and just like recreate it and then say, "I'll send it in."
Yeah, the judge is not going to say that, but the opposing lawyer would say that. Like, say if this was a high stakes litigation with like a millions of dollars death lawsuit, that of course the lawyer is going to say, "Oh, Your Honor, this is fake. He made this with Windows Paint and editing software." But of course, the truth will come out because both lawyers will they'll request discovery, and they're going to want the original SD card, and they're going to send the SD card to a forensic analysis specialist, and they're going to review the video, and they're going to be able to determine if it's authentic or if it's fake. So 99 times out of 100, it will work.
Amazing, guys. So there goes the idea of like using Adobe Premiere and making a, I don't know. All right, so I guess that wraps up today's meal. I thank you very much for watching. I'm kind of cutting it short because the bathroom is down that way, and somebody has to do the number 2. New Vegas video every Friday.